A whole new Song of Ice and Fire? Here's how the King of the Upside Down took inspiration from Beyond the Wall. Season 4 has got to be the scariest installment yet of Stranger Things, and a big part of that is Vecna.
Time for you to join me.
This super creepy monster is based on a Dungeons & Dragons monster that started out as a man who became an undead lich. Knowing about this monster may have given some D&D players a clue about who Vecna used to be, but even so, a lot of fans didn't figure out who he actually was until the big reveal. It's definitely scary how one was able to mask his intentions and his cruelty in the flashbacks. He genuinely seemed like he was reaching out to a potential friend or co-conspirator when he tried to recruit 11 like the Emperor tries to recruit Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. The scariest aspect of all, though, is obviously Vecna's appearance.
Belong here.
Variety spoke to Barry Gower, the head of the prosthetic makeup company BGFX, who created the creature effects for Vecna, and there was a good reason BGFX was chosen for the gig. Gower won 3 Emmys for his work on Game of Thrones, including his work on the Night King. You can see the similarity in their features, though they're completely different monsters. In the interview, which goes deep into the actual process of creating the Stranger Things prosthetics and how Vecna actor Campbell Bower was a part of it all, we learned that the Duffer Brothers were fans of Gower's Game of Thrones work. Gower said, "With Season 4, they were after a new, big, iconic villain. They decided that they wanted their own version of the Night King, an iconic figure. And they thought, well, why don't we just contact the guys who made the Night King?" The similarities between Vecna and the Night King don't end at their grisly appearances. So it makes total sense that the Duffers wanted to bring the BGFX team to create their undead hero. The Night King is very lich-like, inspired by many of the same high fantasy concepts as Vecna. Both Vecna and the Night King are men who were once mortal but became something much more sinister. Ironically, both of them were doomed to their fates by powerful magical children, as the Night King was created by the fairy-like children of the forest, while Vecna was pushed into the Upside Down by a young 11. Both characters are also consumed by their need for revenge. They set out to crush whoever gets in their way in order to create a new world in their image, which in both cases is not great for the humans involved. After seeing the incredible work BGFX did on the Night King, allowing him plenty of facial expression despite intense prosthetic makeup, it would almost be foolish not to have the same team working on turning Campbell Bower into something much scarier.
It's time for your suffering to end.
It seems like a great idea, and it obviously worked. Vecna is terrifying, and now that we know he was once one, you can see it in his face. Vecna was designed by Stranger Things senior concept illustrator Michael Mayer Jr. and was based on Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street.
You are all my children now.
Very fitting considering that one's father, Victor Creel, is played by the original Freddy, Robert Englund. The plan was to have Vecna be almost completely practical in terms of effects, so a team of 15 to 20 people created a full body cast from Campbell Bower, then an entire body sculpt. Gower said that this was the most extensive-sized prosthetic makeup they've ever done at the company, which consisted of 24 or 25 pieces. Anyone who's at all familiar with makeup and special effects processes knows that prosthetics are hot and itchy, and they're very claustrophobic to be in. Kudos go to not only the makeup team, but Campbell Bower working under all of this.